Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of December 15th, 2023, a date of marriage of 2018. She has a boomerang who is a high-energy replayer. She says, my ex and I were reconnecting for a few months earlier this year. He was very apologetic and he told me that he loved me and that I was his best friend and he wanted to move home. I could tell he wasn't fully himself. We were intimate several times and he told me that he would break up with the Alienator. He was very depressed and he seemed to be in a dark place. He was consistent with communication and then he started pulling away. But I would get texts every few weeks saying that he missed me. Can we fix this? Asking if he could come home and then he can't do this without me. It's been silent since his last text in June. I texted him, telling him to pick up his mail and to send me his remaining documents so we can get on with the separation. He read the text, but never responded. Never picked up his mail. He just won't do anything. I just found out that he went to a rave with the Alienator this last weekend. That's a place he would never go to in the past. Why won't he respond to my text to separate with me if he wants to be with her? Okay. Because he probably doesn't want to be with her. No, really. I mean that. You're asking me one question right now. That one question is, why won't he respond to the text? And there might be other reasons he doesn't want to respond. But your question is, why won't he respond if he doesn't want to be with me and he wants to be with her? You're making an assumption that he doesn't want to be with you. And then you're making a second assumption that he wants to be with her. And you're making an assumption that he doesn't want to be with you because he wants to be with her. Instead of blaming all of these things on a midlife crisis or which is an identity crisis, an existential crisis, a crisis of confusion and identity and not knowing who you are or it's not really but midlife crisis is a depression. And so he's depressed. He's lost. Even when they are higher energy replayers and out partying and having what seems like fun, they're lost. He went to a rave. I mean, that's partying, right? But who does that? He's lost, right? It's not really fun. It's limerence, sure, but it's also a way to avoid, isn't it? The stage is called Escape and Avoid for a reason, because we're avoiding the self-discovery. Because what is it we're self-discovering? We're self-discovering what's in the shadow of ourselves. The stuff that's buried. And some of it's trauma that we don't want to come back up. Some of it is things that we don't want to face again. We don't want to deal with that stuff. That's why we shoved it down there. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. Don't bring that up. Don't talk about it. Why do you think they're resistant to therapy? All those different things. And they might not know. So you're making this assumption. But it's deeper. Remember that that Alienator, she's just a symptom that's masking the problem. She's this Band-Aid he put on it so that you can't tell what's really going on. It's a cover-up. Okay? So that's not a direct answer to that question because that's not really the question, is it? Why won't he respond to your texts or separate with you if he wants to be with her? But why isn't... So the real question is then, why isn't he responding to your texts? And why isn't he finishing up this separation? Because why is he avoiding separating? There's various reasons. For some, it's just like, you know what, I just don't want to have to do the paperwork. I don't want to worry about that. There are MLCers who really want to get things done, but they just don't want to do the work. I don't need to do this stuff right now. It'll get done. Whatever. For some, it's like, big deal. I don't want it done. For some, it's my security blanket. I want that person there. When I turn around, I want to know that my security blanket is there. And you were there the last time you turned around, weren't you? So why wouldn't you be there this time? That was a real comfort that you were there. You reconnected, you were intimate, so you proved that you would be there even. And then you were trying to do that again. But no. Now you've said, hey, you know what? We need to finish this. You're not going to be here? That scared him. He's scared. He doesn't want to face this either. He is avoiding because he doesn't want it to end. You were the solid thing. You were the anchor. That thing that was stable. And what is he going to do? And this might not be anything he's thinking consciously and he can put into words. Who knows? But there's something stable in his life that he could at least go back to and get stability. And it's being cut down, separated. That separation agreement, it's not there anymore, is it? And that's scary. So he hasn't returned your text. Now, he doesn't know why. He's not able to say it that way. So he just avoids. But it's because it scares him. So he just shoves it down. He doesn't know why it gives him this feeling of shakes and a pit in his stomach when that separation agreement came. It triggered him. He can't put it in words, perhaps. But you're probably a stable force for him. But I don't want you to go on thinking this is a thing between you, him, and her, and it's this triangle. And he chose her. Now, MLC Monster, sure, chose her, but we don't want the MLC Monster. And I know that many of you are like, I just want my husband back. Monster, and whatever. I'll fix it when we get to him. No. It's better off. Let them go. Deal with it. And then they can, when they're ready, we can reconcile. If that's what happens, and that's the choice that you say yes to, and they choose to also. But right now, he's still out there. And your job is to work on yourself. Your job is to detach. Your job is to heal. Your job is to embrace your life and your journey and make sure that you are choosing joy, choosing to heal so that you are emotionally regulated. Because if he chooses to come back, or if you find someone else, you want to be healthy. You don't complete each other, you complement each other. And you need to be healthy and full, a full and whole and healthy person to be in a healthy relationship. That's important. So when he comes home, you're not broken. Otherwise, that's not going to work. Okay? You want two whole, healthy people to form a healthy relationship. So you get yourself healthy, and then he comes home and you work together to become healthy together. Help him get healthy. And then you walk together to repair. Okay? It's not about her. She's nothing in the context of your marriage. She's something in the context of this universe, but she is a broken person in the context of your marriage. and she needs to be pushed out because she's not meant to be there, okay? That's all there is to it. She's not part of it. And that is not saying it's going to happen. It's not saying he's going to come home. None of that. That's why you choose joy, you choose to thrive, and you choose transformation, and you are going to bloom. Okay? It's out there for you. I know it's not easy, but it can be rewarding if you choose it. That's for every single one of you. Okay? It's for every single one of you. It's for me. It's for all of us. We choose joy. We choose to detach. We choose to thrive. And we choose to transform and choose our lives every day, every moment, every single day that we step forward. Okay? So I hope this helps. And I will see